Yo, what's up, boys? Dylan from Team Buddy Force wanted to get a deck profile on the Generaider Numeron Eldlich deck. I played locals for the Fusion locals on Monday. Yeah, I figured I'd show you guys some of the spice. It's pretty basic. Nothing I want to go into too much deal about like crazy theory or nothing, because it was honestly I just kind of threw it together. It's like 43 cards, so I haven't even shaved it down. Yeah, I kind of built it because I wanted something that played enough hand traps to beat Drytron, even though I lost to Drytron because that deck is ignorant as all. Okay, we'll keep this PG-13. Drytron's evil. Screw that deck. Yeah, so like I said, I kind of wanted to beat Drytron, so I was actually hard maining the DD Crows and Ash because I just wanted to stop Benton, and then the Cyframe package. So the 9 hand trap main board, I kind of want to play Droll, but I feel like I'm only playing Droll if we're playing a more defined meta. Fusion locals can have some weird stuff, like one of the guys in locals plays totally awesome Paleozoic stuff, and like I don't want to be opening Droll and stuff in those weird rogue matchups, especially since I'm playing rogue myself, so I kind of need every advantage I can get. DD Crow could be a Skullmeister, could be a lot of things, and Ash I think is just like the best hand trap right now because it is like a weak DD Crow, but at least it stops Benton. Yeah, it's so hard to play anything without hand traps right now, but like I was playing 15 hand traps, including what I had in my sideboard against Drytron, and I still got blown out, so I don't know. You gotta pick your poison, I guess. And then now the actual engine of the deck. We got the 3 Numeron Wall and the 3 Planet Pathfinder. This might seem kind of overkill, but I'm of the opinion, like, why would you play a very strong engine and only kind of play the minimum amount to get to it? Like, even if I see doubles of this stuff, I just want to get to my play. Because how many times have you been playing, 4 or 5 normal summons and you don't open a normal summon? Then you just feel like you're so behind. I just don't understand why people try to cut down so much and they end up just never seeing their combo cards. Like, I beat invoked Dogmatica player because he just drew every Ecclesia and every Dogmatica card, but none of the invoke stuff. So, like, if I'm not saying that he was cutting down on the invoke stuff, but you'd want to maximize your odds to see your engines, right? So, also the hand trap effect of Numeron Wall is kind of funny. Keep that in mind. Now the generator stuff. This is gonna seem kind of weird, this ratio. The theory was Har is, way above everything else. Har is the best one. If you're not familiar, if your opponent adds a card, you force them to send a monster from hand or field to grave. It's not necessarily that impactful, but it just removes one more resource. And to Velgus, you contribute generator or machines to special generator machines from hand. So if you happen to draw this, which I drew at least one generator, 80+%. The idea was I go field spell, special this, tribute a token, special the Har, and then my opponent usually wouldn't want to commit too much to the board, and then I have 2 level 9s for VFD. And then the 1 Eldlich. 2 is probably correct with the amount of graveyard removal, and hate specifically targeted to light monsters that's in the graveyard with stuff like Cycle Reader. But I am of the opinion Eldlich is a terrible engine, even though I'm playing it. So take that as what you will. I don't know. I'm gonna cut down the minimum on the Eldlich engine because, like what I said, I don't know why you would cut down on engines that you want to see, but I'm gonna cut down on engines I don't want to see, and the Eldlich stuff is pretty weak. And even though I hate this archetype, it actually carried me quite a bit. All right, now the spells. We got the Terraforming to go with the 3 Boss Stage and the 3 Numeron Network. Just to add in on that too, we have the 2 Numeron Column to go with the Network, because quite often you're using the first Network to like bait something out. Your opponent will have an answer to it in some manner, so you're kind of having to leverage your resources, and having the second calling available is pretty important. And obviously Boss Stage, you just want to have it. And then, because I'm so fucking greedy, Memories of Hope. If you're not familiar with this, you hard once per turn, draw a card for every number XYZ, with a different name. I think it's a different name. Regardless, you do the field spell for Numeron, summon 4, play this, and you get to draw 4. The theory why I thought Eldlich could even be viable in this deck was drawing a single Eldlich card sucks every time. But this will almost guarantee that you'll draw different variations of Eldlich stuff together, and that's kind of where I wanted to abuse Memories of Hope. I did not once actually use this to like auto win a matchup. I drew it once, like a turn 4, and I drew 1 card off of it. I never once resolved this. But don't fall into that trap where just because you didn't draw a card means it's bad. Like, it's still insanely broken, and whereas it's kind of greedy, you play decks for the greedy stuff you can do in them, right? Like, you just play it to the power, and this is like the reason why you play Numeron, in my opinion. I hate when people say in my opinion. That's the reason you play Numeron, just flat out. And then the Cursed Eldlands to go with the Eldline package, or the Eldlich package, rather. You have the 3/3/2. Again, I played kind of what, in my opinion, was the bare minimum. Yeah, there's not really too much to elaborate on this. Everyone's kind of sick of Eldlich at this point. I hate the engine. I think it's very inconsistent. It's full of garnets, but I figured my Numeron engine could draw me into the Memories of Hope, and the Memories of Hope could just, you know, accelerate me into that turn 2, turn 3 Eldlich situation where you start having interaction plus recursion as opposed to waiting it out for a couple turns. All right, the extra deck, nothing too spicy, I think. The one Omega was because if I go Planet Pathfinder, Terraforming, any of those search effects, one of the issues with specifically Numeron Network is that you have to have no monsters. So I didn't really even care what this was. I just wanted a monster that just left the field. And like Omega could literally just say banish itself, regardless of the hitting their hand thing. I don't care. I just needed to get it off the field so I could resolve an Eldlich thing. Or Numeron, rather. And then the numbers. I played 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, and a single 4. I don't think there's much to go into detail. You obviously play the 1s based off of how many callings you play. I play 2 callings, so hence you see 2 2 2. You play the 1 of the 4 because you're only ever really summoning the 4th just for either lethal plays, damage plays into a board, or for the Memories of Hope. But, you know, ideally, you're summoning Numeron's turn 1, set up and S0. And speaking of which, we got the Chaos Gate and the S0. You're just summoning the 3 so that you can play around Nibiru. And if you're going first and you don't have any other plays to go with the extra one, there's no point to summon the 4th anyway. So it's just there for, like, the utility. And then the Chaos Gate Sunya, I never summon it, but in theory, it lets you break boards because you can summon the 1 and then overlay it with this, and then you banish all the monsters on field, and then you get like some power plays following turns. It almost never comes up, but it's like you're playing this engine, you might as well try to utilize all of the cute quirks and gimmicks it has. And then VFD, I almost never expected to summon this because I'm playing 3 level 9s, and the idea is I'm probably never going to have more than 1 on the field anyways, but this came up like every game actually. Going forward, I'm probably going to up the count of the generators themselves because I actually resolved the generator stuff way more than I ever have in the past. I guess people aren't accustomed to having to just like out boss stage immediately because the amount of incremental advantage you get every turn is just unbeatable. The Zeus, it's broken. The IP Mask, the Unicorn, and the Appaloosa. Most times I was just going Mask into Appaloosa just to get materials off the field, right? Like just getting like the Caro and stuff engraved. It's not really much else to elaborate. I kind of think there's probably room for something in the extra deck that is resilient to common back row. Like, as much as I think that BLS Link is bad, it's probably correct. Yeah, so going forward, like maybe I play the BLS Link, but Appaloosa is Appaloosa. Like, there's a lot of times where I summoned it, I hard negged, but like my opponent was gonna have to go -2, -3 through it anyways, so it's kind of like an eventual even trade. And then Unicorn's just, you know, catch all removal. And side deck. Again, side deck's more important than your main deck, so this is the stuff that you should actually care about. I hate Drytron. I wish I could come up with some witty stupid, because that's like half the reason why I even do deck profiles, is to make fun of people or make fun of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know. Drytron hate. Drytron hate. Drytron hate. We're gonna say this is Drytron hate too, even though it's not. This because trap cards. Oh, and trap cards. What to elaborate here? Drytron sucks, and I hate that deck with a passion. Drytron should burn in hell. Drytron should burn in hell. Drytron didn't burn in hell, so I need to fucking burn in hell. And yeah, you know, this is just kind of what you expect. Twin Twister's kind of booty. You know what I'm gonna do next week? This is gonna become Droll and Mockbird, and we're gonna have Droll and Mockbirds. And what's something else that I can play against Drytron? I don't know. No, this is. Okay, so we're gonna say these are Droll and Mockbirds. Someone's got to hit me up with some anti-Drytron spice. What do you think it's gonna be? I can't play Kaijus because they're just gonna end on freaking Vanity's ruler or something. I don't know. We'll think of something. But either way, don't worry about this stuff. Trap cards are irrelevant. We don't care about trap cards. We're gonna talk about how this is gonna be Droll and this is gonna be Drytron hate card number 13, 14, 15. All right, and that's my deck profile. Yeah, so thanks again to Dylan and the Buddy Force. Make sure you guys come check out Fusion Gaming. Check out the Buddy Force streams on Monday evenings. Come play locals. It'll be a good time. All right, see you later, boys.